What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I want to talk about Maya Lopez. I really was having a lot of difficulty deciding who do I want to awaken because I only had so many resources. Should it be Maya or should it be Kate Bishop? Now, in all honesty, guys, Kate Bishop is stronger, and she's probably going to be an AVX meta on top of that. She's just stronger than Maya, but the thing about Maya Lopez is if you do have that $10 and you did buy the bio sub for her, she's going to be really useful mainly because of her leadership. Now, that isn't to say that she isn't a strong character, but this leadership is just, honestly, for speed types, you got Spider-Man, who's godly in PvP. This is going to make him even better. Even though he already has a remove all debuff, this is going to give him an even better debuff on top of the increase 60% to all attack, on top of the decrease, the increase to basic defenses by 60%. That is massive. Not to mention that the possibilities for Hawkeye as well, because Hawkeye actually does have ignore iframe. I don't know how good he's going to be in PvP yet, but really my whole thing was I thought, you know what? I really want a great leadership for world boss and for PvP, and she's just the perfect combination, right? But is she really going to be worth it? Because when it comes to this character being a paywall, leveling up her uniform is very expensive because you actually have to buy another bio sub or spend 40 American dollars on a mega mythic ticket, right? So she can get pretty damn expensive, and that's kind of the downfall to the character, is the fact that she is a pay wall, right? So the reason I went ahead and decided to go ahead and work on her, I got all of her gears at level 70, at 25, is so that we can see just how strong he is and we can see just how strong she is in World Boss Legend, as well as test her in PvP, maybe with some team ups like Spider-Man or Hawkeye. So let's just go through the build really quick, guys. She's got 31,000 physical attack with her 60% increase of all attack leadership. She has pretty crappy stats, guys. She's only got 130 attack speed. Her critical rate's only at 40%. Her critical damage, which actually gets buffed up from her fifth skill, I believe. And then she has 152 critical damage, very low. And she only has 48% ignore defense, right? Close enough to max ignore defense. And she does have the agility tag, and she is a female superhero speed type, right? So she's going to fit a lot of requirements in World Boss Legend, but the main thing about that is her leadership, right? For speed types, that's going to be the big deal. She does have max kill cooldown as well, and I have no errors on her, guys. Base minimum build, but she does have guaranteed dodge, which really helps her survivability. She's also got 33% chance to penetrate everything, which does kind of make you wonder if she would be good in PvP. It is an extra added bonus. However, she doesn't have any ignore iframe. That's kind of a thing that's hurting her. But she does have a lot of paralysis. She got paralysis for 3 seconds on her second skill, which is really great for World Boss Ultimate. She has damage accumulation. 1.5% is no joke. She's got a 15% recovery of heal. She has all defense down. This is an amazing accumulation. Oh my god. And then the fourth skill gives her a nice 100% damage proc. And you want to put the proc on the skill, and it gives her another heal. It really, I do wonder how good she would actually be in AC, especially because of the paralysis, if there is no debuff applied, because she actually heals on 2 skills. Huge accumulation. She deals quite a bit of damage, and then her fifth skill gives her a nice 40% attack buff with a 40% crit rate, and you get this immediately on top of the 5 seconds invincibility, and the fourth skill actually gives her immunity, right? She's a solid character, and then her passive decreases chain hit damage by 20% when attacked, and this applies to all speed types, and then ignore target dodge rate by 20%, right? So she also gives another 20% ignore dodge, which means one less striker that you have to use against Null whenever you're using her in her leadership. With her and Hawkeye, that's already 60% ignore dodge between Hawkeye's passive and hers. That's pretty damn crazy. That is nice, my friends. And then her leadership, of course, we've talked about, is just nutty. Now, her rotation is actually super proc friendly. I don't have her awakened yet, but we will be doing that today as well. But her rotation is literally 3-5-2-4. Right? And the reason you want to do it that way is because you want the accumulation from the 3, and you want to get her attack buff from the 5. You'll get that thing immediately. And the cool thing about this is the 5 actually gives her invincibility. So like if you are using her in World Boss Legend, she won't get guard broken by Null because she's going to have invincibility from the 5th skill. Now you can literally go 3-2-4, but then you won't get the attack buff from the 5, right? And you won't get the invincibility, which would really help against Null if you're using her as a main DPS, which I don't think people will be using. She's strong, and we're going to find out, just how well she can do with a minimal build against Null here in a little bit. But the 2 actually leaves a little bit of residual damage after you cancel it. So that's kind of the reason that I use the 2 right before the 4. We get the damage proc on the 4. So if you go 3-5-2-4, she's very, very proc friendly. and her awaken skill can actually cancel immediately. So it's literally 354, right? Or I'm sorry, I actually did that wrong, right? Let me do that again. So her awaken rotation is actually 3-5 awaken skill 2-4, right? 3-5-6-2-4. And yeah, she applies all that all defense down from her awakened skill. Lots and lots of hits, but there are quite a few opponents there that she is fighting. She's just got a stage 5 power bang rock set, no artifact, and she just has a, the fire damage and cold damage isn't doing jack for her anymore because she lost her fire damage getting this base kit. She just has 140% damage by right. This is a very, very weak build, and she only has a normal uniform. And again, just like I said earlier, this is kind of a thing that hurts her is the fact that she is a paywall, right? You got to buy a biosub or buy a mega uniform ticket in order to level her up. So let me show you what she does against Proxima really quick, because she really is pretty strong. I mean, it's really hard to tell how strong characters really are whenever you have 25% pierce. I mean, in all honesty, they just melt bars, right? We'll just use these two supports, and we'll just use these. These are some crappy strikers. We'll just use those strikers right there. They're not going to do anything but add a little ignore dodge. So there are two ways you can actually play this character. There's two different rotations you can actually use in regular World Boss Ultimate if you really want to string out the paralysis, right? And really increase her survivability. So one way is really you could just go 3-2-4, right? And then have your attack buff in the next rotation. So if I go 3-2-4, right? And apply that damage, right? And then hit the 5, we get our invincibility, right? And just go 3-2-4 again. It's a really, really safe rotation because she's in an iframe for the most part whenever she's doing that 5th skill, right? So you don't really have to worry about her really taking any damage on top of having all the heals, right? Now you could play her to where you just, hit the 3-5-2-4 if you really want to, but you'll find in regular World Boss Ultimate, she's going to have a lot more survivability doing it this way, as you guys can see. I'm literally just running through my rotations here and keeping her alive, no problem. I mean, the girl's got a lot of damage, and plus when you do it this way, you're not going to have the 40% attack buff on the first rotation, but you will on the second rotation because it actually lasts for 8 seconds. We'll hit that 5. There we go. 3-2-4. And booyah, guys. Like 1 minute, right? Now she is using 2 supports, and she does have a really good leadership. But yeah, I mean, she breezes through this, right? Because of the paralysis, she just breezes through it. You can easily keep the proc where it belongs. That's something about this update that's actually quite nice. But I wanted to show you guys what she can do just at tier 2 when she's non-awakened. So now let's go ahead and awaken her, and hopefully we can transcend her. Hopefully I got enough materials to transcend her. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so we need to level up her awaken skill here. Max that baby. There we go. Transcend her. And let's take a look at the transcendent stats. So when her physical attack is going to go up by 10,000, man, that is a lot. And her physical defense is going to go up by 10,000, which is a lot. And her energy defense is going to go up by around 9,000. HP is going to jump 20,000. That's a pretty damn large amount, right? Which does kind of signify that she might be, useful in PvP, right? She might be pretty useful in PvP. Those are some pretty large stat bumps. Wow. Wow. And you can cancel her awaken skill right away. So now she's got 41,000 physical attack. So now let's jump into World Boss Ultimate again against Proxima and see what kind of difference we have as far as our damage here, right? It took 1 minute to do it the first time. How long is it going to take now with the exact same build? All right, so we need to do 3-5-6-2-4. Okay. And yeah, I mean, she's definitely got a lot more damage, and she does have paralysis on her awakened skill. We're gonna go back to my original rotation here. 3-2-4, right? We'll get our attack buff now, and then it's gonna still be up when we go into our next rotation. Nice. Okay. Now her proc is still up, And I mean, there's really not a huge difference, to be perfectly honest, guys. Like, there wasn't a really big difference, having her awakened, which really isn't a great sign for her as far as, world boss ultimate. So let's go against Null. Now, she does have 20% ignore dodge. That's way too high of a stage. But let's just try stage 9 with this crappy build that we have and see how well she can actually perform. So we got 20% ignore dodge. Let's go ahead and put her in here and see what kind of damage she actually has. Let me see. And White Fox doesn't apply to her. She doesn't have the leadership tag. So we're going to go ahead and give her a different support. We'll just throw in Mystique right here and give her a little bit more ignore dodge. Let's see if I got any ignore dodge strikers here. All right, there's an ignore dodge. There's 2 ignore dodge. That gives her 60% ignore dodge. We need one more ignore dodge striker would be really helpful for us. Let's see if I can find one here really quick. There we go. And let's see what we do, right? Remember, she's got a really crappy build, guys. And in all honesty, I really don't think you're going to be really using her for this. I mean, you can if you want, but we'll see. We'll see. Wow. Wow. See, now we want to use that fifth skill and get our invincibility up so we don't get guard broken. I mean, the thing is, we're using 2 supports here, and we are using her leadership, and she does get interrupted. Wow, 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 wow. Get over here. So, I mean, she did the first phase in what, 40 seconds, 43 seconds. That's not bad, but it's really not great considering we're using 2 supports and one of them has a CTP of Insight on her. That's not super impressive, but she isn't really built super well. My whole thing with this character is, like I said earlier, I really wanted her for that leadership. I want her so that way I can use her against World Boss here, like say against Null. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up to stage 19, because whenever I tested Hawkeye with a bare minimum build, 100% damage proc, no more rank uniform, no Urus, he could easily do this stage, right? And whenever I was playing with him, I actually used him, Wave, and Taskmaster. So in this situation, we're just going to use Maya in the leadership for obvious reasons, and Taskmaster and Wave to see how much damage we can actually do, right? So we'll go in here and we have 4 ignore dodge or 3 ignore dodge strikers, which gives us 80% ignore dodge, which is more than enough, right? And we're just going to see how good she does against stage 19, right? Is she doing comparable numbers actually to even Hawkeye, right? So we'll try it. Here we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay. And this is something that's actually pretty cool about her, is because she has all this removed debuff from her leadership, right? And because she has heals on 2 different skills, it actually gives her a pretty sizable amount of survivability, right? And the girl plays really, really well with a proc, I have to say. There we go, nice. Now I will say that she can get interrupted by those tentacles, so you got to be really careful of those damn things. That's kind of a caveat to her. She's not like Hawkeye where you're in an iframe whenever you're going into his damage proc skill, whereas with her, she's kind of out in the open. She isn't in an iframe, but man, she really does play pretty damn well with a proc, I gotta say. Really just the fact that she's a paywall is what hurts her more than anything, right? That's the thing that hurts her the most. We're getting a lot of damage from the awakened skill right there. I mean, this is pretty damn good damage, guys. Honestly, this is pretty freaking respectful. We got knocked back there. That sucked. But this is very respectful. I mean, stage 19, guys. No Urus. 140% proc. 150 critical damage. I mean, this is good. I mean, I know she's using 2 supports, right? And one of those supports has a CTP of Insight. But this is actually really, really good considering that her build. I mean, it's not Hawkeye level of power, but it is still pretty damn good. I'm honestly pretty impressed with her damage. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wait. Now, she also has some really good movement speed, which is really nice. I kind of screwed up there and hit my awaken skill late, which really, really sucked. I totally screwed up there. Okay. Hopefully, well, actually, we got the debuff, so we shouldn't have to worry about that time freeze too much. There we go. Kind of sucks I screwed up there, but we'll get it this time. There we go. I mean, she's doing pretty good. I mean, I screwed up a second ago, hit my awaken skill at the wrong time. But honestly, Maya's pretty damn impressive. Yeah, you definitely want to get that invincibility before you go into your 4. I wish she had some ignore iframe. That would make her a lot better. Okay, we're gonna run around, run around, run around, run around, run around. All right. We'll run over here. There we go. Is she gonna get it done? Push Null to the next phase here. I mean, it's honestly, it's pretty impressive the damage she's putting out. I mean, I'm honestly like a little surprised. I'm a little surprised. She's actually doing pretty damn well. Now, right now, I'm kind of scared to use my awakened skill. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and play it safe. We'll just run up in here. And... okay, the tentacle has got a hold of us there. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely not doing as good as Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye did this in 3 minutes. I mean, that's a pretty big difference. That's a pretty big difference. But, I mean, she tanked that attack. That was pretty cool. Wow. Okay, one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. Can she do it? Oh, not quite. Almost, guys, almost. I mean, so she's nowhere near Hawkeye. At first, I thought she might have been pretty good. I mean, she did pretty good, some pretty good damage, but yeah, not quite on that tier. Like I said, Hawkeye did this in 3 minutes flat, right? And that's whenever I was using, Wave for the leadership and Taskmaster as a support. So, I mean, yeah, she's definitely not on that tier, but still a pretty strong character. But I really think that her relevance lies mainly in her leadership for PvP and PvE. And if you guys want to see how she does in PvP and Hawkeye in PvP, let me know down in the comments below. So let me know what you guys think about Maya. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody. Take care.